mechanism, this is removed in preparation for attaching Jeff. You'll see in the NBL video here, he wraps this up in a bundle and he plans to jettison this overboard. When he's done with that, he translates Zenith on station up to the GEM remote manipulator system, and he's going to stow 2 loose grounding tabs that are interfering with the GEM RMS camera, and he'll tuck these under some tabs into some existing multi-layer insulation and get it out of the way. While he's doing that, Tim will go down to the payload bay. He's going to remove MLI from the passive half of the EFBM. He'll stow that MLI in the payload bay tool stowage assembly. After that's complete, Tim will move aft in the payload bay, and he'll start working on the launch to activation cables for the JEF. He'll take those and route them around some cleats for eventual re-entry when the vehicle comes home. From there, he moves aft in the payload bay to the integrated cargo vertical light deployable. It also has a launch to activation cable that he'll be removing and installing on the payload bay for its return. From there, Tim moves forward in the payload bay to one of the JAXA payloads. He'll take off some multi-layer insulation from that payload and stow that again in the tool stowage assembly. Once he's done with that, he'll move up aft on the station, and he'll go to the node 2 berthing mechanism where he'll open up a flap in preparation for the Japanese transfer vehicle later in the year. Tim moves aft on station further to go to the Z1 truss, and he goes to the port toolbox to retrieve what we call a scoop, which is a handling aid that he'll use, the future crew will use to relocate the batteries. He grabs one scoop off of the port toolbox and then translates over to the starboard toolbox to retrieve the other scoop. Tim leaves that work site and he goes to the node 2, or node 1 common berthing mechanism to open up another flap, and this is in preparation for node 3 when that comes up. While Tim is doing that task, Dave has made his way to the crew equipment translation aid on the port side of the mobile transporter. In order for the port solar array alpha rotary joint to rotate while the mobile transporter is at worksite 8, a translation foot restraint needs to be moved out of the way, and you see brake handles flashing. Those need to be restrained in position. So Dave will be using wire ties to pull those out of the way. Both crew members will then translate to the port side with the unpressurized cargo carrier assembly that was attempted to be deployed on 15A. It got stuck in its detent position, and so the crew had to use long-duration tie-down tethers to hold that in a configuration that was safe for station. The crew will remove those tie-down tethers, and a new tool will be used to press the detents out of the way so that pallet can be put in its correct configuration. During increment 14, Mike Lopez Alegria and Sonny Williams had a similar difficulty when they were deploying the other UCAS. In their case, they used a bouncing and pulling technique, and you'll see that very shortly here in the video, where they pop it out of the detent position to get it down. And you saw how that just came out of a stuck position. They tried something similar to that on 15A, but were unable to make that work. If time permits, Dave and Tim will make their way from the port side all the way down the truss to the starboard S3 truss element, where they will attempt to deploy one of the payload attach systems at that end. And that completes the tasks for EVA1. Okay, I'm ready to start right into the EVA2 video. At the beginning of EVA2,